Hello, BookTube. I'm Peg, and I'm sitting here waiting for the Pulitzer Prizes to be announced. Now I have kind of a wait. It's less than 4 hours. The website I have has the countdown, but they're supposed to be awarded at 1 o'clock East Coast time in the U.S. And Pulitzer Prizes are really fun because it's hard to speculate on what's going to be on them. Of course, I'm most interested in the fiction category because you don't know who's running for it. But very few people are able to guess the Pulitzer novel of the year, and it's usually one that surprises everybody. So we'll see. Anyway, so I'll be watching. I'm sure some people are going to be talking about it right away. Anyway, but in the meantime, I'm going to do a little bit of a talk on a prize, not a real serious book prize, but one I kind of enjoyed this year especially, and it's called the AGATHA Award. It's given out by the Malice Domestic Group. It's a group in Washington, D.C. That they go for what I would call cozy mysteries. They call them in the vein of Agatha Christie's mysteries, but they have rules for the novels or the detective or mystery novels they follow. And I have to read these, but there's 4 specific rules. You're going to get a laugh out of this. There's definitely aren't for some people. Okay. These up for the Agatha Award must: 1, contain no explicit sex; 2, no excessive gore; 3, no gratuitous violence, and that was a 3. And then 4 is obviously not hard-boiled. So I think that gives you an idea. There's a whole genre of this kind of mystery book, which during troubled times, I kind of like to veg out on these and read these. Some people do like them, and if you're mood for them, I do. But there's many really popular authors that sell quite prolifically. So anyway, I've put the link there. You can read all the different ones. If you like that kind of mystery, it's a great list for you to read through. And if you look down at the bottom of my website link there, it tells all the ones that have won and been up for it in the past. So it'd be quite a reading list if you like cozy mysteries. So I'm going to go through 4 categories and just pick out one from each category. The first one they have is the best contemporary novel. And I have chosen Louise Penny's All the Devils Are Here, her latest. Now, a lot of people read all of Louise Penny's. I think Robert, the BookTube Robert, talks about them, and then they're sorry when there's not another one coming. I hope she never quits. Anyway, this one is one of the latest, obviously. Now, she's a Canadian author, and most of them take place in Canada, I think just north of Montreal she lives. And there's an Inspector Gamache, who's the detective on the cases, and I think there's probably other people that keep reappearing. This one is easy to get into because it takes place in Paris. He goes to Paris to see his godfather and takes his wife, gets into a great mystery there involving that. They even have a picture of Paris on the inside. Good one. Okay, so it really gives a good flavor of Paris too. So if you don't want to stop at the start of this very first of these, this is a good one to just get into. Okay, next we have the prize for the best historical mystery in this category. And I've chosen another quite prolific and popular author, Reese Bowen. She's written many books in different series. This one's called The Last Mrs. Summers. Now, that might sound familiar to you. And this series is in 1935. She has some earlier, some later. She's just a huge amount of books. Anyway, this one obviously is a pointing towards the Rebecca story that and it kind of plays off of that. There's a new wife who's taken to a beautiful mansion and doesn't quite, and then the husband has to leave for some reason, and then she has to get along with the maid and the cook who don't really like her, and then there's a murder, and all kinds of things come out. And she even has a blurb in the front where she recommends, if you haven't read Rebecca, you might want to read it before you read this. Okay, next we have the nonfiction category for mysteries, and this is really good. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can. The American Sherlock. This is about a man, or what's his name? Edward Heinrich. In the early century, he worked as a chemist in a laboratory and did a lot of new things for forensic science. Incidentally, the subtitle is Murder, Forensics, and the Birth of American CSI. I know a lot of people are CSI fans. And it goes through, his life and how some people thought he was just weird, that he studied things like blood splatter and footprints and all that. And it has some of his actual cases that he solved. So that's really interesting if you like true crime. Okay. Next, we have the first debut novel, and I've picked one quite light but fun called Murder Most Sweet by Laura Jensen Walker. This cover looks like just about all the other covers on this subgenre. Anyway, she's a baker who moves to town. I think she does other things, and it even has some of her baking recipes in it. I think that's common. But anyway, there is a murder. She finds another woman murdered in wearing her silk scarf, and the dog is active in the story. Just a fun one. You'll like it if you like that kind at all. And I hope this lady writes more. It says this is her first, but I saw somewhere else there were others. But who knows? It's good anyway. Okay, I want to show a little bit of my knitting, my summer knitting. As you can tell, I love to wear red, white, and blue in the summer. Now, for the last 4 years, I really haven't been into wearing red, white, and blue, especially red. But now I'm into it again, and I wear them just all summer. There's several holidays that it's applicable to. But I decided I wanted to knit something for in red, white, and blue. So I'm just going to show you the real thing, but you can't really see it. And then I'll show you a picture. It's a huge scarf shawl type thing. Anyway, here it kind of is. And I have a picture so I can show you how it's done. It's by Stephen West, the famous designer, and his works are not symmetrical. They're not just like square scarves or triangles. They're really like works of art. And this one, of course, has that. And then this is a cable on one side on the top. Now, it's not nearly finished. There's going to be a band all around the outside that's going to be striped differently. Stripes going this way. So I have quite a bit of work to do, but I thought I'd give you a little look at that. Can't wait. I have to get it finished before July 4th. I'd like to wear it for that. So that's it for today. Guys, watch the Pulitzer Prize if you're interested, and let me know if there's any cozy mysteries that you like. So talk to you later. Bye.